AskReddit by Athletic Panda 82. What's the most obvious scam people fall for every day? I am calling from Microsoft about a virus on your computer. Do you have a laptop or a desktop? I will gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Your call is important to us. Please listen carefully as our menu options have changed. Phishing scams. Deleted. I'm always surprised when people admit they buy stuff from like TikTok and influencers. I sell some handmade things on Etsy, TikTok, and Meta, from my actual shop. They are really strict with shipping times, tracking, and have consumer protection. It's not that great for the seller because they also take higher fees and offer coupons you don't always get control over, but it helps with exposure of my brand. The stores I would be wary of is obvious dropshippers and such. Work hard in this company and you will go far. If working hard was a measure of success, there would be a lot of rich donkeys. Influencers selling money-making courses, usually just a quick tutorial about exchanging Canadian dollars to Japanese yen back and forth to make pennies each transaction. Once the buyer also figures out that they only make $5 a day doing this, they'll too start selling courses on how to do it because that's where the real money is. Extended warranties. If it's covered, it's not something that breaks. If it breaks, it's not covered. That a supposed multi-billionaire needs financial support to pay debts for acting fraudulently. He's the only billionaire who texts me daily asking for money. That should say something right there. I remember someone approaching me in 2015 or 2016 about how great Trump would be as president because he could fund his own campaign himself and wouldn't be beholden to special interest groups because he didn't need to take their money. Oh, those were the days. America is a meritocracy that rewards talent and hard work. Diamond engagement rings. I told my BF I'd he ever proposes to get me a fake diamond. They look like broken glass anyways, and I really don't care about how much money he's willing to spend for our love. The lottery. In principle, I agree. But I'm still going to drop $10 this weekend on the Powerball. Life. The universe. Anything where the government is asking for gift cards as payment. Being anti-union as a worker. Depends on a country. There are countries where unions are totally useless and won't lift a finger for you. I've always found it strange that if you scroll down the bottom of the page on literally any news website, local, TV, newspaper, or national, CNN or Fox, down into the paid partners section, there is always the most batshit scammy, clickbait, bullshit content imaginable. There's always links to stories about porn stars, clothing malfunctions, or clickbait about nude celebrities. Never made sense why we give news websites a pass on this shit. Believing anything a politician promises. Always feels like those televangelists, except they're selling politics instead of God. Sitting at a park on my lunch break. Some dude pulls up and said he desperately needs gas money. I give him $5 and he drives off. Now I feel like an idiot. This just happened. I had a guy come to my house once saying he needed gas money and I gave him $5. The next day he came back and said it again. The government is inept. It would be so much better if everything was privatized. Anyone who tells you this is either trying to sell you something or repeating the talking points of someone who just sold them something. It's so obvious that people don't even know it's a scam anymore. I always enjoy hearing about how if there was universal healthcare we would all have to wait months to see a specialist, but then simultaneously complain about having to wait months to see a specialist under private care. Buying the single bottle of soda in the refrigerator at the grocery store checkout line for $3 instead of getting a 6-pack of the exact same soda 4 steps away on the aisle and cap for $3. Where are you getting a 6-pack for $3? Multi-level marketing or MLM, where you have to put in more money than you end up getting out of it, or the ones where you have to increase the number of people under you constantly. Rent to own furniture. I got a call from some woman with a thick Indian accent telling me she was from the Social Security Fraud Department. Can you please verify your social security number for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are being the most popular security number today, madam. Politics. My team is right and your team is wrong. Person 1. Team Blue Donkey. Person 2. No. Team Red Elephant. Me. I'm not really a fan of sports. Person 1 and Amp 2. Get him. I don't understand how people in the United States fall for IRS scams, especially when they're middle-aged or elderly. In your entire life, whenever the government needs to talk to you, it sends mail via the postal service. The government has probably never called you unless you have contacted it by phone first. It ought to be suspicious when someone claiming to represent the government suddenly calls you demanding money after a lifetime of that never happening before.